conversation. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Presented by Hard Rock Bet, Florida's official sportsbook. Streaming live on YouTube. Here's Theo Dorsey.
Yeah, I got to be honest with y'all. Usually I'm starting off in a real up-tempo, high beat. I'm usually jovial, happy, optimistic. Today I kind of come to you all in a moment of need. And I hope you are streaming us live on YouTube right now at Theo Speaking on YouTube. I hope you're streaming us live on YouTube. Maybe you can fill up the chat and let me know how you can help me with this. But sports, man, they could be so pulling on those heartstrings. They really can. And on the day where, of course, we found out that O.J. Simpson passed, rest in peace to him, condolences to the family. On the day where we found out that Shohei Ohtani, he should have been yelling swiper, no swiping. Did he not get the memo? Just swiper, no swiping. How did he lose $16 million and have no clue where it went? I mean, that is crazy. And also on the opening day of the Masters tournament, all of that stuff is second fiddle to me in my heart with my sports sensibilities right now, because I want to come clean with you guys. I want to ask for your help. My name is Theo Dorsey, and I am in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat. My name is Theo Dorsey, and I myself am in a toxic relationship with my favorite basketball team since I was a little pup, the Miami Heat. And I'm coming clean to you all because I come at a time of need. I come at a time where I can use some consoling and maybe a little therapeutic help. That's what I'm going to use this theoretically speaking for, talking to you right now on this Thursday evening as you enjoy your ride home. The Miami Heat. Can I tell you all the story? Can I tell you a story? Last night after we wrapped up our Wednesday show, episode 3 of all time of Theoretically Speaking, I packed my stuff up. I hopped on a bright line, and I wanted to get to Kaseya Center as soon as possible to check out the Miami Heat in a must-win game against the Dallas Mavericks. And as I'm on the bright line, I made sure I muted all my notifications because I was going to get to the Kaseya Center late. I was getting there after tip-off. I didn't want to see what the score was. I wanted to walk into the arena and be surprised. And, well, surprised ain't the word. I pull up to Kaseya Center, and I see some fans starting to kind of pour out. And I see a couple people coming out, and I'm knowing it's probably about 8:30 at this time, 8:45. So I'm a little later than I wanted to be. I had a little bit of a delay on the bright line, but I got there in one piece. It was good. It was an easy walk. So I walk into Kaseya Center. I see some people coming out. I decide then it's time for me to check my phone. As I look down on my phone to look and see what the score is, first off, I got a text from my guy Jeff who was waiting on me. Shout out to my teammate Jeff. He's like, hey, are you still coming? That was the first bad sign. And the second bad sign was when I checked the game score and the Heat were down 22 points at home in a must-win game in April against, well, the Mavericks, who are looking like a contender. It's a formidable opponent. I know it's the second night of a back-to-back, but the Miami Heat in a must-win game down 22 at the half. I didn't let that ruin my whole sensibilities. I didn't let that ruin my mood. I still walked into Kaseya Center. I went, sat in my seats. I sat next to our guys, you know what I'm saying, my guy Ed Sasso, EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, and we watched the game. We watched that third quarter. And I'm not coming to you complaining about being a Miami Heat fan. I know how great I have it. I mean, come on. The team was just in the NBA Finals last year. This is not standing on 10 toes and complaining about being a fan of the Miami Heat. It is the ups and downs, the elevator ride, the roller coaster of emotions that the Miami Heat give you that make this relationship feel so toxic. Every now and then I wonder, like, what is it like to just be like an Orlando Magic fan? And for the most part, well, we're not going to really contend, but we'll have some fun games, right? Right, an Oklahoma City Thunder fan who now, post-KD, post the Russell Westbrook era, they're just enjoying watching some of those young guys go out there, roll the ball out there and compete. It's fun. It's nice. You know what you're going to get. You know what to expect. I have a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat because they tease you. They make you think that they're going to give you some kind of deliberate performance. You hear the talk before the game, and Jimmy Butler will give you these affirmations, these affirmative, we're going to go out there and win the game. Jimmy Butler hints towards being playoff Jimmy and evolving his game this time of year, which we generally see him do. And then you have games like last night where the Miami Heat, down 22 at the half, I'm sitting there and watching them. They make a push in the third quarter. Again, that toxic relationship, the push and the pull. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. I'm vibing with it. They push it to within 8 or 9 points to only go on to lose the game by 19 points against the Mavericks. And now they're stuck in a situation where they need hell and high water to move in their direction for them to be able to make it to the playoffs and not be stuck in the play-in for his second year in a row. I am in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat, and it's not because it's a bad organization. It's not because the play is poor. It's because you never know what you're going to get with these guys. And when I say toxic relationship, and I'm going to ask you all as well, who are you in a toxic relationship right now in sports? When I say a toxic relationship, there has to be some good to come with the bad, right? There's never, it's not a one-sided type of deal. Toxicity in a relationship, I mean, whether it's with your sports team or maybe it's with your lady, or if you're dating a man or whatever you got going on, if whoever your significant other is, you could be in a toxic relationship with them as well. But there has to be some good that comes with that bad. And when you look at this Miami Heat team, there's endless levels of good. Like I said, just last year, I was able to cover my very first NBA Finals in person because the Miami Heat made it from the play-in. And for the very first time in NBA history, they were a play-in team that lost their first play-in game, by the way, and then went on to beat the Bucks and the Knicks and the Celtics and get to the NBA Finals and push the Nuggets a little bit. At least they got a game in, right? Like, the Miami Heat show you signs of volatility. Or not volatility, they show you good vital signs at times, but it comes with the volatility. It comes with nights like last night where the half-court offense for a Miami Heat team coached by what is, in Eric Spoelstra, the best coach in the NBA, hands down, so you have confidence in it. And then you see that team get into the half court, and you got Tyler Hero running damn near out of bounds, throwing the ball either off of his teammate out of bounds or right into the hands of Mavericks players. This Miami Heat team, man, it is a roller coaster of emotions, and I feel stuck in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat. There's the good, there's the bad, there's the indifferent. Now, I talked about the bad. There was some good. In 2024, though, when I'm sitting next to my guy, Ed Sasso, who's with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, founder. I mean, this guy, amazing dude. I got to know a lot more about his sports sensibilities. He's a Miami sports fan, so he was letting me in on, yeah, I feel a lot of that toxic relationship with my Miami sports teams as well. He also likes the Dolphins. We got into that a little bit. But when it came to the Miami Heat, me and Ed are sitting here watching a game, and you know you're in a bad place when you're rooting for Kevin Love to get the ball in 2024. K-Love, shout out, by the way, who got 16 and 11 and looked good, was hitting jumpers. Like, in the second half for the Heat, when they made a push in that third quarter against the Mavericks, I felt good. I felt like the ball was in the right hands when Kevin Love, rocking the Just for Men gray hairdo, was able to get some catches on the perimeter, get the ball at the nail, get some jumpers off. I think he was like 3 for 4 from deep. Like, K-Love was the lone bright spot for the Miami Heat in a must-win game in April. The NBA regular season ends in 3 days. It ends on Sunday. Most likely when it does end, the Miami Heat are going to be locked in a play-in match, most likely with a team like the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a healthy Embiid right now, a rested Embiid, and they're able to sit a guy like Tyrese Maxey out and still pick up wins. I think it's 6 straight right now for the Philadelphia 76ers. You look all over the Eastern Conference right now. Up top, you got a team like the Boston Celtics who you want to say, again, the good of the Miami Heat. It feels like the Heat are the boogeyman to the Celtics, so you're never afraid of them going into a playoff series. But yet, once again, that's the good and the bad, because if you see the Heat get into a playoff series with the Boston Celtics today, is there anybody in their right mind that's going to pick this Miami Heat team that can't find a bucket in the half court against the Mavericks to be able to do that against the Celtics, who have all that great perimeter defending, and Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis protecting the rim? None of that feels comforting. All of it feels toxic. I'm in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat, not because they're bad. They're just good enough to give you hope that they can push for a championship like they did last year. 2 out of the last 4 years, this team's in the Eastern Conference Finals. 2 of the last 4 years. I mean, you think about back to the bubble year when they make that run and push all the way. I said 2 out of the last 4. 3 out of the last 5 years they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they just made the finals in the bubble as well as last year against the Nuggets. It's a team that's fully competent but it feels like often it's sleepwalking. I'm Theo Dorsey, and I am in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat. And I wonder what you're in a toxic relationship with as well. And as I'm sitting next to my guy, Ed Sasso, I thank him because a guy like Ed with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, at least I know that when I'm suffering through Heat losses at Kaseya Center, I know that because I'm a gold member with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, at least I have some comfort and solace at home. What is it now? We're April 10th, April 11th right now. Today's April 11th, a Thursday. That means we're nearing the months where here in South Florida and Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, it ain't getting no cooler. It sure as hell ain't getting no cooler out here. And when you're locked in with a company like EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, and you're a gold member like me, which means that you get 2 annual checkups every single year, they come out, they make sure that things are working properly, they make sure everything's updated. If there is any problems, they let you know what it is. And as a gold member, you actually get 15% off of repairs as well. EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, edsairconditioning.com. EDS is, yes, you already knew that, a trained comfort specialist, and it's hard to stop a train. But it's easy. It is easy to stop the Miami Heat in the half court. And me and Ed Sasso, we could relate on that at least last night. I'm in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat, and it is because though they give me so much hope, they also give me nights like last night where I wonder if this season's going to extend into June again, or is it going to be over in a week and a half when we get bounced out of the play-in, playing against a team like the Sixers or maybe even the Hawks again. The Miami Heat though they are elite at times, they can be insufferable at times, and it's especially on nights like last night. How the heck do you have a must-win game at home against a contender, and I know it's the second end of a back-to-back, but Bam Adebayo, 3 for 13 with 8 points and 3 rebounds. Bam Adebayo, 3 for 13, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Jimmy Butler, 12 points. Jimmy Butler, not even really. There was a long stretch in the third quarter where I was wondering if Jimmy or Bam had got hurt. I had to search on my phone on Twitter at a certain point and see what the hell is happening with the Heat rotation. Why have I not seen them making an impact in this game? The Miami Heat feel indifferent at some times. The Miami Heat also feel like a team that, of course, can beat anybody at any given time. I mean, listen to this. Monica McNutt, NBA analyst, really basketball analyst. She knows all things basketball and a friend of the show here at Theoretically Speaking. Monica McNutt on First Take, and it's reasons like this. Again, the reason why this relationship is toxic between me and the Miami Heat, it's not because they're bad. It's because they're just good enough. And then you got people like Monica McNutt who knows ball like no other, who say things like this that get me thinking maybe we have a chance again here.
So when you're looking at what the Bucks have to deal with, I don't think they can afford to sit Giannis Antetokounmpo. Their problem has been giving up points in the paint all season long. On that 4-game losing streak, y'all, they gave up 230 points in the paint to those 4 teams. This issue is not going to get better with Giannis off the floor, and it doesn't get easier in the postseason. If they run into either of those 2 teams, they can ill afford to rest him in the first round, unless, frankly, they're going to call it and try again next year.
And the 2 teams she was speaking of was the Sixers or the Heat, who are likely going to face off in the play-in as the number 7 and 8 teams, respectively, in the NBA Eastern Conference, which I don't really see the Miami Heat making their way out of that 8th seed. If they have to go up against that healthy Sixers roster today, and they will have to likely do it on April 16th, which ain't far from today, I don't see them getting past Embiid and Maxey, arrested Embiid and at least arrested enough Tyrese Maxey, where Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are putting up stinkers like that against the Mavericks team that can be had. That can be had, at least on the defensive end. The Heat are in trouble. And though you see weaknesses atop the Eastern Conference, like the Bucks have question marks about Giannis Antetokounmpo's availability, the Celtics, you already know the Celtics get spooked out when they see that red and black, when they see that Heat culture. And by the way, the Heat culture uniforms look so much better in person. I love it. I love it for real. I really do. But I hated seeing the effort that they put out there on the court, and I hate it for all of the hometown fans that had to watch it alongside me as well. This Eastern Conference still feels wide open. It's the Celtics plus whoever wants to go up there and compete with them, and I'm stuck in this toxic relationship with the Miami Heat because though I saw what I saw last night against those Dallas Mavericks, I'd be damned if I don't still have hope. I still have hope in Heat culture, in Mickey Arison, in Pat Riley, and in the genius and I would say even almost evil genius, that is Eric Spoelstra. I still have hope. Help me. Somebody help me. I'm in a toxic relationship with the Miami Heat. Who are you in a toxic relationship with in sports? 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Or let us know on the YouTube chat. Again, on YouTube, subscribe at Theo Speaking on YouTube. You can subscribe there. And let us know in the chat. Jump in on the stream. Let us know. CCAT is in the booth right here. He'll be able to answer you or call out some of the good YouTube comments. Don't leave no trash there. We'll call you out as well for that. 888-760-3776. That's the number for the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County, throughout the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Who are you in a toxic sports relationship right now? For me, it's the Miami Heat. I know I'm not saying everything's all bad, but it's just good enough to give me hope, just so I can be let down time and time again. CCAT, I know you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I know that you yourself are also a Penn State guy. In the baseball side, you're a Yankees fan. They're doing well. Do you have any toxic sports relationships right now?
Well, yeah, it's got to be the Yankees, right? Every Yankees fan will tell you start off the season with so much hype. The Yankees have a PR machine that does not stop, right? Everyone talks about how opening day is when every single team in baseball believes that they have a chance, and especially if you're in those higher payroll teams, you believe that as well. Yeah. And a 10-3 start to the season does not help cure that at all. I went from, this is a 85-win New York Yankees team, not much change except adding Juan Soto to, holy crap, we're going to win it all. It's going to happen again. It's been 15 years, but the New York Yankees will return to glory with a World Series once again. So it is an extremely toxic fandom that I have, and most New York fans have with their New York Yankees. It's pathetic.
You know what? I can see that, CCAT. I can see that, and I'm glad that your baseball team is at least giving you hope, because I look at the Houston Astros today, and I will admit I am a fair weather fan with the Astros. I'm not watching all the regular season games, but I get the score updates. The Royals are whooping that ass. The Royals are giving them a back shed, just a tail whooping. And I think the Astros have won like 4-9 right now, 4-10. It's looking bad.
Yeah, it's certainly looking bad. A lot due to the Yankees, right? Sweeping them in a 4-game series to start the season. So it's hard to come back from that, but that's why you play 162. The first 2 and 3 weeks of the season do not define your team, Theo, okay? You still got hope there.
You're right. I still got hope. Shout out to those Astros. We'll see what they're able to do. I'm excited today, CCAT, because we're going to be debuting a new segment here on Theoretically Speaking. It's going to be Theoreticals with Tina. We're going to have that coming up. Before we do that, though, you see me rocking the Masters green today. You see the Masters green on right now, even with the green backdrops right here. And again, you can tap in on YouTube at Theo Speaking on YouTube. You can see the Masters green that I'm rocking right here today. And I just want to get a quick update. Yesterday, we were talking Tiger Woods. We were talking about who's most likely to win one more next between Aaron Rodgers, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Steph Curry. I said Tiger Woods. Can we get a little tap in on Tiger on day one of the Masters?
Patrons are going to erupt if this drops.
Think it's going to drop?
Come on.
Tiger Woods starting his Masters with a birdie.
Give me that.
How about that? I mean, just 3 perfect shots.
That's courtesy of ESPN. Tiger Woods birdieing on the first hole. CCAT, can we get an update on Tiger Woods' first round? How close am I to being right that Tiger will be the next one to win one more? Is it going to happen this weekend?
I mean, when you start 1 under on the hole, you give everyone hopes, right? You get a plus 750 to birdie that first hole of the round.
Yeah.
If you give me a couple seconds here, we'll see what Tiger Woods is doing, because I think he's got a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe not a great chance, but you got to stay healthy, right? And these round got delayed 3 hours, so he probably won't be able to finish his first 18 today, most likely. That's not looking possible in terms of how much sunlight he really does have. Tiger Woods right now through 4 holes, he's even, tied for 31. So he didn't blow up in any of those 4 holes quite yet. One of the bogeys thrown in there, so he's treading water.
Treading water is about what you can ask for, right? You're not going to win the Masters. You're not going to win the green jacket on the first day. You can lose it, and he hasn't done that so far. And the big thing also that's been coming out of the Masters tournament is what's happening with Scottie Scheffler, the opportunity for maybe him withdrawing in this tournament if his wife, who is in labor, or at least if she goes in labor, she's very pregnant. If she goes in labor over this weekend, he's already announced he'll be withdrawing from the Masters tournament, which would give Tiger Woods a bit more of a chance to win this thing. We're going to ask Tina if it's okay for Scheffler to maybe stay in the field, or if she thinks he's a smart man for saying he would withdraw, and many more. We have theoreticals with Tina. We pose her some intrusive questions, but also sometimes you just need a woman's touch, a woman's opinion on some of these things, because me and CCAT can be boneheads.
Yeah.
Theoreticals with Tina. You know Tina. You know her from this time slot. She's making her debut on Theoretically Speaking when we come back on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney.